And good afternoon. This is Woody Collins with Congo Helping Hands, and we are here to talking about Congo. Come on in, have a seat, relax a little bit, and we will get started. Today is a different subject. It's a subject regarding the pandemic from a different perspective, a perspective of the One campaign. Uh, as I put in my note that I have been advocating for the One Foundation uh, organization, that is, and today is what we call uh, part of the advocacy on the Congress. And so today I had 5 meetings. I had four of them has already went taking place, and the fifth one is scheduled in another hour or so. So I have a little time in between to do this broadcast. So let me tell you what the One organization is started. It was co-founded by Bono, and it was established to make a difference and to try to end extreme poverty in the world. It's a bipartisan organization uh, here in the United States. So we lobby both Republicans, Democrats, and independents. There's a organization in the African countries and also in Europe, and they do, I guess, similar work. That's all leads towards trying to end extreme poverty. And extreme poverty is people living off of about $1.90 per day, and that affects most of the rural areas of the Congo. The Congo's per capita is still below the extreme poverty rate, and so therefore it's something that I can get behind, because one of the things that we're doing is trying to end extreme poverty on a local basis. So by advocating with our Congress to give us a hand, we give them a hand, whichever way you want to look at it. We are doing the same work. So let me tell you about what we've been talking about. We have two asks this year that we're asking our Congress people, our representatives, and our senators. So for instance, here in Indiana, we have 8 districts, so 8 Congress people, and we have 2 senators. So in our organs, so we have about 6 people that's advocating, and so we have did both. Going to be doing both senators and also the representative, most of the representatives. And we're going to be asking them to support one, the Global Partnership for Education. That is trying to increase the amount of money. Last year, the U.S. gave $125 million to that partnership to help school kids achieve better outcomes in school. So this year we're asking for, well, actually for next fiscal year, we'll be asking for $150 million to go towards doing that. And the reason why is, the basic reason is that children, number one, must learn to read. And once they learn to read, they read to learn. So we have found that a child less than 10 years old, if they cannot, they're not at that second level of learning to read, reading to learn, they are behind the power curve, because that's where most of the the situation where you expect for a child to be able to read on its own and comprehend. And the second ask that we're doing, we're asking for in support of the COVID-19 emergency response. One and its partners are asking for $20 billion. That's around the world. And the U.S. portion that President Biden has already supports, he's asking for $11 billion. And so that would be our contribution to the COVID-19 pandemic. And as you know, we need to shorten the pandemic so that we save lives. And also we need to shorten it to uh, to stop the variants from coming up. The longer the pandemic stays out there, the more mutations we're going to have, the more variants that we're going to have. So therefore, we need to get this squashed as soon as possible so that we can stop having these reoccurrences. And here in the United States, I heard we have a number of different variances that already are present throughout the states, and they're throughout the world. For instance, in the Congo, the UK will not allow people to come from the Congo and Tanzania to the UK. They feel that there's too much of a chance of them bringing another variant into the UK, where the South Africa variants have went to the UK and it mutated again. So now it's called the UK. So we got a South African variant and we got a UK variant. So that's one of the things that we need to get this $11 billion to do, is to shorten that, to shorten the pandemic so that we can get it stamped out and so that we won't have any more variants, because that's when now we're worried about whether the current vaccines, how effective they're going to be against the variant, and so we're trying to get all that taken care of. So that's what we've been doing, and I put a note in the original announcement for this, asking you to go out and click on that link. That link will take you to a short form where you put in your name and your zip code. And once you put in your name and your zip code, it will automatically send a message to your two senators and your representative and asking them to support it. So that's something that I'm asking you, and that it would be a great favor for our as an advocacy. They're not asking for money. One does not ask for money. They just ask you to lend your voice to make a change. So when they say lend your voice, that means they say contact your senators and representative to make a change in those type things. So that is what the Advocacy Day is all about. Is not only helping the Congo, but it's going to help sub-Saharan Africa a great deal as we take care of things. But in the meantime, as always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, wash your hands, wear your mask, and socially distance yourself so that we can get this pandemic under control. And if you have any questions about anything I talked about today, especially the One organization, go to one.org, ONE.org, and they can get you started and you can lend your voice to make a change. So take care, and we will see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.